Oh, this is fucking me right off. I'm fucking out of here. The fuck is going on here? It's like some game of Tetris. It's time to rock and roll. It's time. I'm back. So, yeah, check this f***ing out. I'm on a motorcycle. And it's amazing. It's a bit of a difference from last time I rode, which was in lovely, hot sunshine. And now it's like some kind of foggy, horrible mess. But I've got heated grips, so in fact, let's put them on. It's made my life a little bit more bearable. And I know these are Hein Gericke grips, and everyone will be like, oh, f***ing overpriced. Well, you know what? Yeah, I prefer to pay a little bit more and be able to go to a shop, browse, touch things, pick things up, that's nice, rather than trying to get the cheapest possible price from some dodgy bloke on the internet who's set up in the Isle of Man, so he doesn't have to pay tax. Yeah, I will support them as best I can. Obviously, if their stuff's shit, then I'm not going to buy it. But it's all right. I think. I mean, in fact, the jacket I'm wearing is Hein Gericke, and no, I don't have a sponsorship deal. Although, if you'd like to get in touch, please do. Oh, and surprise, surprise, I've got another cold. So that's why I'm a bit nasally. See, I don't. You know, there's a lot of talk about going into these cycle boxes. In that scenario, I wouldn't go in it because I don't see a point. There's nothing I'm trying to get past to get into it. It makes no difference to stop here. But if I'm trying to get through a load of stationary traffic, then I will go into it and be as courteous as possible to cyclists. You don't see many cyclists here, I must say. After two months off the bike, it's going to take me a while to get back up speed. Oh, another addition to my bike is it's got a nice little winter coat on. I don't know if you can see that. Little jacket. So yeah, she's getting prepped for winter. My winter beast. I was thinking, oh, what am I going to do? There's a comeback video. Comeback's got to be amazing. It doesn't have to be amazing. Instead, I'm going to have a traditional, old school rant. Excuse me. Oh no. I've got phlegm in my mouth. How the f*** do you spit it out of a helmet? You have to swallow it. Ugh. 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 Now I know how the ladies feel. Okay, here's my beef. I'm actually getting really pissed off with having to come into London to work. I think it's stupid. I think it's stupid that all these people have to come in to this one city to earn a living. And yeah, you might get paid a bit more to come into London. Like if you've got a job in London, you might get paid a bit more, but that's surely absorbed by the cost of A, getting to London, and B, trying to buy a house somewhere near London, and just generally living in London. So you kind of think, what's the point? I don't get why we'll have to come in at the same time in the morning. It's just pathetic. If aliens were observing us from the outer frontiers of space, they'd look at our civilization and go, what the f*** are these dickheads doing? Why do they all try and get to the most busiest place in Britain at the same time? How idiotic is that? I mean, where I work, we don't all have to be in at 9 a.m. It's all right. We can kind of stagger it because we work quite late in the evening, and that works for me because it leaves me a bit more time to get to work in the morning. Less traffic like now. I mean, look, an hour ago this would have been absolutely chocker. So leave it an hour and there's nothing here, and I'll just work an hour later, where also the traffic has gone. My main point is the infrastructure of this country is wrong. That's what it's out of kilter. It's not accurate. It's not accurate to what's going to happen in the future. The infrastructure is way out here. We keep on spending loads of money and time expanding motorways, expanding rail connections, and this super fast, I don't even, is it going ahead? I don't know. This super fast rail link between London and Birmingham, it's going to cost like 20 billion quid and not going to be ready for like another 30 years, something like that. Like, that is a ridiculous gamble, because if this country invested in the infrastructure of digital technology, and I'm talking about fibre optic broadband nationwide, not just in the areas that are already good, like London. I'm talking about out in the villages, in the smaller towns. If we had that infrastructure, people would be able to work from their homes, and hence negate the need to build bigger motorways, faster train lines. It wouldn't be necessary to do that. I'm sure it would be a hell of a lot cheaper to upgrade the digital fibre optic connections in this country than build more roads, more motorways, bigger, faster train lines, all that shit. So basically what I'm saying is, in the future we will not need to come into the cities to work. That is a factoid. Instead, we will all have a great internet connection. We will do video conferencing. We will do all this other stuff. Of course, you're gonna, every now and again, you're gonna need to go and do a face-to-face meeting. There's nothing that beats that. There's nothing that beats taking a client out for a couple of drinks and personally entertaining them. There's nothing that beats that. But that doesn't happen every day. Even if you come in half the amount of time, that's still half the traffic and people that will be in London. So that's basically what I'm saying, is that people in the future are not going to need to come into the city to have a good earning and a good lifestyle and all that shit. The other plus to all this is that, I mean, I'm a rural kind of guy. You know, I like the countryside. Is this taxi going to do a U-E? No. I like the taxi. I like the countryside. I like that lifestyle. I think it's more rewarding personally than going out getting f***ed up every night, just feeling like shit and being a The benefit to the countryside and all that sort of shit is that once people start working from their villages and smaller towns, it's going to bring back the local post office. It's going to bring back the village shop. It's going to bring back the butchers, the bakers, the candlestick makers. But all that little smaller infrastructure, all that shit that has been decimated by this modern commercial bullshit that we all have to go through, where the supermarkets, Tesco in particular, just f*** everyone over. So when people start working from home, they're like, hey, I'm just going to walk down the village and get my shit. I'm going to post my f***ing letters. I'm going to do all my stuff. The post office can do pretty much anything these days, but they're all shutting and no one can get there unless you're in a massive city. Hence, there'll be massive f***ing queues of people trying to f***ing do it. So, my merciful plea, and this isn't just so I can play Call of Duty and rank up quicker with better ping. My merciful plea is, please, government, someone listen to the fact that our digital infrastructure is shit. To be honest, I don't know why we have an office in London, really, because not many people come round to it, clients and stuff, and we deliver everything remotely via the internet and FTP sites. So it's kind of stupid. I mean, why do we pay 40 grand a year to rent a little office? It costs so much to get in. Petrol, parking, if you want to get the train, whatever. Go to the shop, buy a sandwich next door in the sandwich shop. It's about £6. And you're just like, come on, £6. And I know them in there, and I'm like, God, it's expensive. And they're like, well, and they've got a point, which is they have to pay the same amount to be here as well. So they wouldn't make any money if they charged less than that. They just wouldn't make any money. So I prefer to have the option of buying a £6 sandwich and having a sandwich rather than not having a sandwich at all. If you know what I mean. If you know what I mean. Don't pull out any further. Oh. Oh, this lorry is actually really f***ing pissing me off now. It's actually really f***ing me off. Come on, you f***. All this anger wouldn't be there. It would just be love. It would be love. Love for the fellow human being. Good. F*** off. What? Come on! F***ing hell! How slow are you gonna be? See, now I'm in a shit mood to go to work. Great.